drawing in our hearts. Every dawn a brand new start. Islands filled with mysteries, stories of the ancient seas. Maps we're drawing in our hearts. Every dawn a brand new start. Journey on an endless quest, seeking knowledge never rest. Paradise we call our own, new world out there we have grown. Treasures found in every wave, lessons learned, the brave behave. Friendships new and bonds so tight, guiding through the starry night. Treasures found in every wave, lessons learned, the brave behave. Friendships new and bonds so tight, guiding through the starry night. Journey on an endless quest, seeking knowledge never rest. Paradise we call our own, new road out there we have grown. On and on we sail so free, through the storms and howling breeze. Hearts of courage, spirits high, together we can touch the sky. Quest for knowledge day and night. Oceans wide and stars up high, chasing dreams that touch the sky. Island filled with mysteries, stories of the ancient seas. Maps we're drawing in our hearts. Every dawn a brand new start. Islands filled with mysteries, stories of the ancient seas. Maps we're drawing in our hearts. Every dawn a brand new start. Journey on an endless quest, seeking knowledge never rest. Paradise we call our own, new world out there we have grown. Treasures found in every wave, lessons learned, the brave behave. Friendships new and bonds so tight, guiding through the starry night. Treasures found in every wave, lessons learned, the brave behave. Friendships new and bonds so tight, guiding through the starry night. Journey on an endless quest, seeking knowledge never rest. Paradise we call our own, new road out there we have grown. On and on we sail so free, through the storms and howling breeze. Hearts of courage, spirits high, together we can touch the sky. Quest for knowledge day and night. Oceans wide and stars up high, chasing dreams that touch the sky. Island filled with mysteries, stories of the ancient seas. Maps we're drawing in our hearts. Every dawn a brand new start. Islands filled with mysteries, stories of the...
We are back, and let's just get right into it. The last session, the players had a very interesting altercation, where they began to discover just how untamed the Grand Line is. After a rigorous and slightly nerve-wracking combat session, the players managed to unlock hidden potentials within them. Meaning, the players who were able to be involved within that skirmish were able to unlock their hockey, if not unlocked previously. So, things are about to get more interesting as the players are now more equipped to handle this dangerous terrain. Now, players, what would you like to add to the mix? From your character's perspective, what was some of the feelings you might have been going through?
He spilled my soup, and oh my god, the pain.
That's a good one. I think what was going through Ollie's head was like, damn, this coin saves people's lives, and oh god, don't stop dying! Stop dying! And then the last thought was, I really shouldn't play this flute. It's fucking dangerous. Those are the. Those were his three major thoughts.
Anybody else want to share out? All right.
I wasn't there for it. I don't know what's going on.
We were just recapping from the last session, getting your characters' perspectives during that combat session.
Oh, that hurt a bit.
Just a smidge. With
That 1 HP, I had to transform into my big 4.
Yeah, that was clutch at the end.
My life is pain.
But did you die? All I'm
Almost.
saying.
Almost.
Almost
I
all
keep
counts.
forgetting.
Horseshoes and hand grenades.
And I keep forgetting I have a racial ability just to let me tank a hit for like a D12. But I keep forgetting I have that, man.
Look, I'm just glad that they didn't have hand grenades, because if they did, then I probably would have died.
Nah, you're thinking too much.
Mm.
We are going to start off with Captain Miro, actually. Captain Miro, you had been introduced to the character, the NPC who's living on this island. Last time you saw him, he was battered, bruised, bloodied. Now, the players themselves might have a bit of an appreciation for the wounds that this man suffered. But what would you be doing during this time?
I'd probably be off exploring, to be honest.
Alrighty. Go ahead and give me a survival check.
Alright, let's see. Oh, they changed the... Okay. It all looks different on Foundry.
Luckily, the rolls don't look any different. They're
I
still
know.
below 10.
She rolled 11 though.
With an 11, you kind of get lost. But
Yeah, sounds
You-
about right.
are able to come into the scene as the combat is already over and the players would begin to be either making their way back, and I'm going to ask them, as Sister Mira walks in on you, on whatever you guys are doing, what would you be doing? Are you going back to the hideout or going back to the forest where this individual was? Or are you going to head back to your ship? What would you be doing?
I mean, don't we have a prisoner?
What?
Probably.
Yeah, I seem to remember we didn't kill at least one of them who didn't manage to escape.
Another one?
Yeah, but this one's probably more useful. And if he isn't, we'll just kill him like the last one.
Oh, God.
We didn't kill him. He tripped on a tree trunk and died.
Ooh, why are you talking about that one?
Well, that's the only one we killed. The other one ran away. Well, we didn't
I mean,
kill
that's
him, but
True. Why are you... I don't know why you're lingering on that.
don't worry. It doesn't matter. He tripped on a tree trunk. That's all you need to know. We didn't kill him.
Insight check.
You can go ahead and give me an insight.
Come on, baby.
And for Ollie, go ahead and either roll a
Oh, big old
deception or a
12.
persuasion.
All right then.
Yep.
Nothing sounds out of sorts.
Mhm.
Sounds normal to you.
You might slightly be slightly suspicious in the way that he keeps saying, "Don't worry, he just tripped." But besides that, nah, it seems legit.
Anyway.
Hmm.
What are we gonna do with this one? As the kind of points down at the unconscious guy, right there next at his feet, basically.
Question him, I guess.
Well, thanks to somebody, we're not allowed to kill anyone here. So, I suppose questioning him and then letting him go or something would probably be our only options. Unless... Yeah, never mind.
Sismir, it's at about this point you'd be coming through the trees, kind of unsure that they were even there. You were just trying to get back to your area, and you made a large loop.
Am I seeing if anyone's like really badly injured?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm like clinging on to life.
Okay.
Just-
I'm gonna. I'm gonna cast Healing Word.
Go ahead and roll out. There we go.
Oh,
Your
Not
god
much.
does not seem to smile upon me very much.
not at all. Give you something back at least.
Hey, listen. Life is life.
What happened?
Well, the pirates attacked. We fought them off. One of them's dead, and the other one's right there.
So we have another. Oh. We're not torturing this one. Is that not? That's not the plan, right?
No, not really.
Okay. Have you guys asked
mean-
questions yet?
He just kind of looks down at the guy who's still very unconscious. Haven't had the opportunity, no.
Okay.
But needless to say, they'll probably be back, and potentially in greater numbers. I mean, when I last went to scout out their camp, there I saw maybe about 20 bedrolls.
Oh gosh. How many attacked you guys?
About 4. They were awfully strong, though.
So they could still be out there.
2 of them at least, yeah. When
Okay.
But either way, we should probably get our friend here tied up.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
With that, who would be trying to carry this person or drag this individual?
Yeah, we're just tying him up for right now.
All right, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check. And you guys do have rope on you, right?
Yes, I have rope on me. God,
Yeah, I
why
have
are
some
you?
rope too.
God, why on earth are you making me roll to tie a knot? Why have
Because-
you done this to me? Look
Everybody
at
likes
look
it.
at what
Everybody
you
likes
look at
rolling
what
dice.
you made me do. Look at what you made me do, DM. That's an 11 to tie this man up.
Well, he is tied up.
God damn it.
Can I double check that knot? Make sure he's fully tied up.
You certainly can.
Okay.
Go ahead
Is
and
that
give
I
me a
will
perception
triple check the knot.
Give me a perception check.
Perception.
Thank you.
So help me. So help me, God. Oh my God, thank God, please.
Gotta make sure.
It was a decent knot. It looks like it was going to hold. It looked like it was a little loose, like he didn't tug the knot enough, but it's passable.
Okay, good. Gotta make sure.
I mean, DC was 10. You still passed.
Okay, I didn't know what the DC was, so I had to make sure.
God, I'm just gonna
I don't
cry
blame
a
you.
little bit. I'm just gonna cry a little bit that I was only two above that DC.
Now I use my nat 20 to double check a knot.
The fun of
Well, you never
D&D.
seeing that net 20 again.
Yep, don't worry. That's only gonna be your only good roll for the entire
I
session.
know. I already know that.
Listen, your
It's gonna be
words,
real
not
fun.
mine. You're bringing the gods on yourself for this one.
Hey, you have no excuse, man. Last session you rolled 3 natural 20s against me specifically.
3.
And
hold-
the yeah,
hold
it
on.
was.
Hold on. Statistically, I roll worse.
Mm,
But we're going to continue on. As you are finishing tying your knot, you are inspecting the area. And you hear that it is relatively quiet. Doesn't seem to be anything going on. And what would you like to do?
Probably wake this guy up before doing anything else. Or
Well,
trying to.
I will say he's probably going to be a lot easier to transport whilst tied up and not awake. And as much as this is a cozy spot to settle, I don't know if we want to linger here considering what's just happened.
Alright, then who wants to carry him? Anybody?
Looks at Julius.
Yeah, I'm in my bed form. I'm sitting down cross-legged and I untransform. You see all my wounds. 1 HP in a dream.
Or Julius?
Look, man, when they attacked and hit me with that fucking hockey shit, I was over. I'm not a tank, man, unless I'm transformed.
Oh, God.
I still have my arm and hockey on, thank God.
Well,
And to be honest, I'm quite drained myself. All I have left is some rudimentary armament hockey, but that's about it.
Okay, then we should
I
get.
can still heal
Yeah,
myself I can heal myself 2 more times,
Okay.
but
We should-
then I will be running out of stuff.
Yes.
hold on. He takes out some first aid equipment, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Julius.
Oh my God, you can also cast spells. Fuck.
Yes, I too am healing, and I am better at healing. Feast your eyes upon me, the superior healer.
No, you're not. I don't use cure wounds. I use healing word most of the time because that's what I need, you fuckers.
Yep. Well, it is not on my spell list, so I will most likely almost never use this spell in combat.
So you could heal other people better than you can heal yourself.
I can heal myself just fine with Cure Wounds. It's just
Yeah, but it seems like if you rolled it for yourself, you'll probably got 1.
He doesn't really have time to use his first aid skills in the middle of combat. I feel like he's better spent defending himself.
it's more
Yeah.
of a brief reprieve kind of thing, or a desperate move.
I will use
One
my
doesn't-
own.
One doesn't exactly pull out a first aid kit in the middle of a sword fight.
Yeah,
One
Julius
can,
will.
but they usually
Jules
have
will do it.
trained in the matter.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my own last second little spell slot to use cure wounds. I don't normally use cure wounds because I don't use it in combat, but I'm gonna use it now. We're out of it. As my hand glows, I just touch my chest.
Alrighty. Once everybody is done touching each other, what would you guys
Touching
like to do?
myself. Good sir. Thank you very much.
Just gonna smile at the fact that you barely healed more than what I healed you with the first level spell.
Hey man, you had to roll max.
Yeah. That doesn't mean shit.
It means everything.
As you're healing up, I'm assuming that you are going to start moving this individual. Are you going to go back to the area where gear would be? Oh, I lost my paper.
Oh, most likely.
There we
I
go.
thought this happened like right next to his camp.
No,
That's
you
where
Yeah, it
guys
we
did
were.
actually.
No, you guys traveled, I think, further away. You guys were, I think, investigating.
Nah,
the
we
beach.
were eating soup at his campfire.
Yeah, I recall that as well.
All right.
And then they attacked us, which is why
Yeah, and my
I-
soup was the first casualty.
yeah, and that was the first thought, and then it was ow pain, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, just about.
Sorry, sirens. Okay, so
So
dragging him
I'm
in. Are you going to really do this? Are you going to? Because I'm assuming you're going to torture this individual, or quote unquote.
that,
Really,
that
there are
is
other
that is
ways
a
to-
wow. That is a leap, man. I'm hurt. Like, come on. When have we ever tortured
That
someone?
was specifically you guys. I wasn't involved in that.
Do you
I never
want me to
tortured
answer this
anybody.
question?
Hey. I would like to point out that torture never actually happened.
He threw
Intimidation
it down.
happened.
So I'm
Also,
still going
torture
to,
doesn't really help with getting information. It only makes
Also-
people say what you want them to hear.
Let's be real. Mental torture is still torture. Intimidation falls under mental torture.
Get out of here with your magic words.
Look,
Rationalization.
torture doesn't really work. Torture doesn't really work that well, guys.
I could keep singing to him until he eventually says yes, but that'd be a different
that-
story and it'll take a while.
That would be torture for all of us. Please don't do that.
I'm not.
No, it would be
Tony's
good right now,
terrible
so I'm
at
cursed.
singing.
You're going to hear the creaking of a bed as Tink Gearspanner stretches and gets up.
He slept through all of that. I don't know if I should be worried or impressed. How on earth can you sleep through a life or death struggle with gunfire right next to your tent, but you can't sleep through your own damn little alarm that rings a bell?
Well, yeah.
How on earth are you still alive?
Very easily. I'm a survivor.
Edson just face palms.
Listen, boyo. When I sailed the seas, they were rougher than what you've seen here.
Anyway, the question still stands as to what exactly we're going to do with this fine gentleman here.
And if you ask me, cut down a few trees, make a little raft, and just send him adrift.
Now, how on earth is that any better than killing him? Out of curiosity, I just gotta ask.
Are you doing the killing?
And somehow I figured that you were a rare instance of morality on these seas.
It doesn't help that this is one of the punks that gave me some wounds. You can say I'm a little sour about this one.
Well, he almost killed me, and I'm still not slitting his throat.
Again, sending him adrift is not me killing him. I'd be nice. I'd give him some fresh water and some food, about a day or two's worth.
You and I know damn well that the only thing that's going to cause this man to survive is if he drifted back to this island. Otherwise, he's going to drift out there alone, get eaten by a sea king or something.
Well, he likes to think he's strong. Maybe he can kill that sea king. He gets fresh meat extra.
I mean,
And he's going
it's
to
not
just
a
kind of
bad idea.
boisterously laugh.
I mean, he might survive. It's giving him a fighting chance, at least.
You know what was giving him a fighting chance? Him fighting us.
Well, I wouldn't say. Well, he's well out cold now, so yes.
I
We spared him, didn't we?
Now,
Right.
anyway,
Did we not?
do what you will. Just... I don't want to hear the screaming.
Oh, to be honest, I can probably get the information out of him without resorting to violence or threats of violence.
I would like to see that.
I would like to see that as well.
He is going to turn and walk back to his workbench and begin working on some small little contraption.
But I think I'd rather see that, actually. So I'll leave you to it. And he walks over and starts watching him tinker.
Give me a perception check.
Come on, +6, don't fail me now. There we go. Dirty 20.
You notice a strange shell-like object on the desk, on the workbench. As he's working, you notice that he, almost subtly, clicks at the top. And as he's working on a piece of metal, you notice the metal itself begins to glow red.
That's some kind of induction device?
Oh, it's an interesting discovery. Sail the seas long enough and you'll be very surprised at what you find.
He just kind of crouches down and stares directly at this small device. How does it work?
Hopefully.
Well, I don't know the specifics about it. What I do know is you click the top and heat comes out. It seems to be self-perpetuating. Every
You
now
never
and
tried?
again, I bring it to a fire, and I guess refill it in a sense, but it's pretty good. It's pretty nifty.
You never thought about taking it apart, see how it works?
No. Because, and he's going to kind of lift it up and show you, one of the first things you notice is there's no grooves or indentations. It looks almost like a shell.
I suppose breaking it probably wouldn't accomplish much.
No, in fact, I've only found two types of these things in my travels.
What'd the other one do?
Blew a soft breeze.
Interesting.
But that one broke decades ago.
What was inside it when it broke?
Nothing. And I didn't really see as it broke. I was tossing it over to somebody and an enemy had missed a shot at my head and shot the shell instead. Would have been a wonderful shot, except I lost a precious treasure. The treasures.
Unfortunately, you didn't know you didn't find anything out about it when it broke. I suppose that would have been a small solace.
I suppose, but not necessarily that curious. I'm not interested in the biological, if that's what it is.
I dare say it's almost bordering on the supernatural.
But the supernatural is only supernatural because one needs proof. One needs to believe in it. Once you see something that exists, does it remain supernatural? After all, devil fruits, are those supernatural? Are they magic?
Yes. More or
Well,
less.
Or are they a part of nature's design?
It's a awfully ignorant statement that nature's design can't be innately magical or supernatural.
Are you calling the man who's offering to upgrade your ship ignorant?
Yes.
Okay, understood. I like you, and he's going to kind of clap you on the back as he gets back to tinkering.
And I'll just keep watching him.
As this is going on, what would the rest of you like to do?
I was asked to non-violently interrogate this man.
Okay.
I am under a tree meditating, getting my aura back. Do strength.
Okay.
I'm about to take a long ass rest, my guy.
You guys will definitely have the opportunity to take a long rest.
A long rest would be nice, actually. Especially with...
You got to
I'll be
do
watching.
you got to do
this
the interrogation
non-tortured
first, unfortunately.
Alright then. Well, good thing I'm skill-focused.
He is
All
going
right,
to
then.
wake up after about an hour, so you would have an opportunity to at least mark a short rest. So please go ahead and do so now.
Alright then. Yeah.
This way you can at least get some hit
short rest.
points back.
Yep.
And you're going to see this individual kind of start struggling against the binds. You hear the tightness. Yep, go ahead.
By the way, just a reminder, you get Song of Rest, an additional d6 to your healing.
Alrighty. As he's struggling against the rope, he begins to kind of scream, "Hey! Hey! What is this?"
You've been captured, it seems. As I am going to, sit next to him and kind of go, well, you've got a few choices here. You could tell us what you know and what your plans are here, or, well, I don't want this to go to the others. They're a lot more meaner than me. I'm a very nice person, you see. I can probably let you off with a slap on the wrist. Don't know about my friends, though. I'm just looking up. So then, towards specifically Edson. Would you be feeling to talk if I ask very nicely and say please?
Oh. I can go for a chit-chat, but that's mostly because I'm waiting for the crew to come anyway.
Ah. So the crew is much bigger than... how big is your crew exactly? It seems much bigger than just the three of you that attacked.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check, unless you feel there's another skill applicable that you can argue.
Persuasion is appropriate. It's also one of my best skills, so... 19.
Well, I can tell you this, we got more than your pansy crew.
Well, we didn't have the full crew, but thanks for telling me. So, quite a large crew then. moderate sized. That's good to know. So, you are just after the metal of the trees here? Do you plan to cut them down or just take the sap?
He's not going to answer.
Come now. It's a very easy to answer question. It's not like it's important or anything. They're just trees.
Just trees. Then clearly you don't understand the importance of having a limitless supply of metal at your disposal.
Ah, you're planning to uproot one, aren't you? Put it in a pot and take it with you on your journey? Well, not a pot, but you know what I mean. On a plot of soil, small dugout. It's doable. You can have a garden on a ship.
He's not going to answer.
So, I'm assuming those individuals you fought were probably the elites, including yourself. I'm assuming that leaves that the captain was the only one that wasn't there at the time. Is that correct? Seeing that you're so confident the crew will come.
You get no response. Would you like to attempt to roll a skill check?
Yeah, I'm going to roll an insight check, just to kind of give a read on him.
Alrighty, go ahead.
6. Not a very good roll.
He's just giving a stubborn facade. Or rather, a stubborn face.
Oh, no need to be so stubborn. You could just nod, or even just not nod. It's all well and good. Nothing's going to change. What will happen will happen. Whether we defeat the crew, and that is a plausibility, or whether or not you defeat us, that is also a plausibility. But
Do you like surprises? He's going to be looking towards you, Ollie.
I enjoy surprises. Most people do.
Then don't ruin the surprise. You'll find out.
Oh. Well, that's a bit sad. But that tells me that something interesting is going to happen. Now I can't help but wonder what. It's like a birthday party and I didn't even know it was my birthday.
You notice
Come now,
that
you have to at least give me a hint.
he makes the motion of zipping his lips and then flicking the key with his restricted movements.
Oh. You have to at least give me a hint. Not even an itty bitty hint? Can I
He's
attempt
gonna-
a persuasion check?
You could certainly try.
Alright then. Not my best roll. 12.
He leans his head back against whatever he's being leaned against, and he closes his eyes.
Oh, well then, I was trying to be nice about this. I guess I'll have to consult the other members of my crew. And that was nice.
Those of you watching on, what would you like to do? So, Sister Mira,
I'm not an interrogating person.
Okay, but Hoshiko, seeing this, what are your thoughts? Or rather, what is your character's thoughts? How about you, Sister
my-
Mira?
Seems like we're not going to be able to get through this guy.
Ollie, how close to the opening of the tent were you having this conversation, and how loud were you talking? The reason for the framing is whether or not it would be enough for Edson's passive perception to hear, like, eavesdrop in. Thoughts? Ali, you there?
I think you had to mute.
Okay. So, are you guys going to just leave him be so he could take his little nap?
Probably not.
Alrighty. So,
So, I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but it sounded like Ollie was being relatively boisterous in his conversation, and I do have a quite high passive perception.
yeah, I'm gonna say you would have been able to overhear.
All right. As Edson kind of comes out of the tent. So, got nowhere?
I got a bit of information. I got
Uh,
that their crew is a lot larger than ours. I've got that their captain is most likely on their way in this next crew attack, and they have a little surprise for us. Haven't been able to learn what the surprise is. I was about to take another angle, but if you want to take over, you can. But I do have another angle I can try. I'm just not sure if it'll work.
What's the angle?
To learn to live in Richoir is to learn to play on people's heartstrings. You have to know what kind of chords to play. I just need to play the right chords. But that is a matter of learning what chords appeal to him. So I was going to ask him,
What exactly?
just, if you want to, you can watch. It's an idea, but whether or not it works is a different story. Alright. So I'm going to approach the man and go, well, before the interrogations continue, I feel it is best to perhaps, how you say, at least give you something nice to listen to before things continue. Is there any particular song you'd like to hear? I asked,
You get no response.
Can I roll an insight to think what kind of song this man would like?
You could
Based on-
try, but there's not really much to glean on. But go ahead and try it.
I'll give it a shot. It's better than nothing. Nope. I rolled it
You
terrible
have
today.
been consistent with those fours, man.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Like, that's almost the third one in a row. But with that, you're not able to get a specific read on what type of music he might be interested in. Just more on the lines of because he's wounded, he's tired, and there's not many personal items on his person anyway.
So he's a very utilitarian man, by the looks of it, very much leading towards the simple things. So I'm going to play a simple pirate shanty that is very common in most crews. And see if that gets his attention. Pulls him out of his rut. Let's see if this works. I doubt it. Bloody hell. I wish I had a friggin'
Damn.
thing to re-roll this. We don't have any inspiration, do we?
No, we do not, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. The one time I actually need inspiration, it's all used up.
Once more, no reaction. He looks like he's falling asleep. In fact, with any real observation, you actually notice he drifted to sleep.
Oh well, I
It's
tried.
almost like he's been held hostage before.
All right, so we're just gonna kill him, right?
No. This is where we do the fun part. we're going to string him upside down, and I'm not sure how else to go with this, but we're going to hang him naked or something. Something really embarrassing to make us to get a good laugh.
Out of curiosity, DM, how long did it take me to get from this camp to their camp on the beach?
I think about 40, 45 minutes. It's a fairly large island.
Ah, okay. Good to know. So I kind of lean into Ollie real quick. So, if they are coming for him, they'll be here soon.
Then it would be best to be a respectful sort and maybe hang him upside down on the tree. You don't need to kill every person you meet. Sometimes just the embarrassment is enough.
I mean, if he's dead, he can't fight us again. If he's not, during the attack, one of his comrades, seeing pity on his upside down naked form, could cut him down and hand him a sword, and then he's going to try to stab me again. And as merciful as I was to not try to kill him initially last time, I'm not going to do the same again. And I'm going to be very angry at you that he was still alive to do that to me.
Well, we could also just bury him underground. Not fully, just bury him in the sand in the shoreline. You'd be surprised how much fun it is to leave a man half buried. Sorry, that was just a habit an old teacher of mine used to tell me. And regardless, there is another method that's a little less torturous. You can leave them on the shoreline, the beach, just off high tide. Essentially bury them in the sand so their faces just away from when high tide comes in. So as high tide comes in, they're absolutely terrified that they'll drown to death while stuck in the sand.
You're going to hear a voice calling from inside the tent. And I'm the monster for wanting to send him out on a raft with water and food.
At least I'm only scaring him. I don't plan to kill him.
You, my friend, are in no position to talk.
But there's
Anyway.
really... Regardless, that is probably the that's the easiest way to get him out of the way and without having him be murdered or anything. He'll be stuck in that sand in the pile of sand for pretty much a few days if we don't get to him, so it won't cause any trouble, and it's hard to dig a person out once you've dug them in. It just seems like the more reasonable choice. That way, when we're all said...
Sorry, go ahead, finish that thought, sorry.
When all's said and done, I'll leave it to the captain's choice. What method do you think is best?
Captain,
sending him out to sea is also an option.
You have been hearing these ideas. What are your thoughts?
I think burying him up to his neck is not. It's torture no matter what. I think we just let him go. Either kill him or just let him go send him out to sea. Either way, he's out of our way. It's going to take him a long time to get back to shore. So he won't be in a fight if we get ambushed again.
Alright. And what time exactly are we going to use to build a raft? His friends, assuming that they give a crap about his existence, could be here in the next 20 to 30 minutes.
Didn't that guy say he had a raft?
On that note, you're going to see that he kind of steps out of the camp, and in a tent next to it, he's going to pull off the covering of it, and you're going to see a dinghy. It's even got a chest built in.
Look at that. We don't even have to build one.
I just look at this guy. Somehow I feel that you've been wanting to do this Don't tell me
It
that
just
that
does
box.
seem like the
Don't tell me that that box already has food and water in it.
No, not yet. This is actually the boat I came here in.
You really gonna sacrifice your only mode of transportation just to indirectly kill this man rather than killing him now?
You'd be surprised how many lucky folk are on the sea. But
Yes.
the
I
other
know.
part is, I'm a craftsman, sir, and I have nothing but time on my hands. Besides protecting the trees here.
Yeah. All right.
Now, if you
Very
don't
well.
want the dinghy, then I won't separate with it.
No. It seems like we're just gonna cast this man adrift for him to float back to the beach.
Go to a different beach. Grand Line is an unusual place.
There are only 2 beaches on this entire island, and the next island is probably at least 4 to 5 days of sailing away.
You'd be surprised. The Grand Line works in serious ways.
Yes, I understand that the Grand Line
Weren't
works
you
in
just
serious
talking about
ways.
magic being part of the grand scheme of nature?
Yes, I was, because obviously there's no other explanation as to why random tornadoes and hurricanes appear out of thin air.
Well,
That's just nature, my
technically,
friend.
With how the magnetic poles are heavily shifted, it might be due to a cause.
Don't even talk.
Okay.
Just start pulling the damn dinghy.
Fair enough. He starts pulling the dinghy. I still would have preferred my idea of burying him up to the sand, his head in the sand. We can always dig him out later. We don't have to keep him there. We don't even have to put him near a shoreline. But no.
So, you start pulling the dinghy. Unless Julius is helping, everybody else give me a strength check.
Nobody asked me to. I'm just sitting down resting.
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like, nobody
I am-
asked, so I'm offering. Roll that strength check.
I can tell you right now, there is no way in hell that I am letting anybody sit out this ploy of a plan.
I didn't plan anything, man. I've been listening to you all fuck around being stupid.
Yeah, congratulations. Welcome to the idiocy, because you're helping.
I'm good. I'm gonna continue resting and regaining my aura. Unless you all really failed at pulling a raft, then I will help. Did you all fail?
He wants to
Roll my
watch you all suffer
athletics
first
check.
for a little bit.
And 2 10s and a 15. Is that enough?
Oh,
pull
that's
the raft?
average.
It's like a 12 average, something like that.
I just want to point out, kudos to Sister Mira for rolling higher than both of you. Like, she's doing all the work.
Ah, damn. Like,
I'm gonna give you
fucking-
inspiration for that.
If she's the
The-
captain, man. You gotta
the
remember she's the
plus-
captain.
This is all the +1 squad. We've got Ollie with a +1, Mira with a +1, me with a +1.
Oh,
Remember,
God.
we're also in a giant fight, and I was off gallivanting, figuring out what was on the island.
Yeah, I
you're
was stabbed.
You're more well rested than they are.
Yeah.
So, are you dragging it to the beach where,
We're
Edson,
dragging
you
it
found-
to the nearest beach. There
you
is
going
no
to the one
way
that
in
you
hell that we're
docked at?
dragging.
or
Yeah,
the one
'cause-
that you found earlier?
You mean the one where their camp is, or the one
Yeah.
where their camp isn't? Obviously,
much.
we're not going to drag the boat with their guy in it to their camp.
Alright, I need to specify. Alrighty. After a short straight-ish, because it is bumpy, it is a foresty area, and there's only that pathway. The pathway does ease and help make it easier, except it does get stuck a couple of times in some of the rocks and fall and the tree roots and things like that. You are able to get the dinghy back to the beach, where you are able to see your ship is still in fine condition. The tide is high, so you are at a high tide, so it is 2/3 up the beach. So as you
Alright.
break through the trees, you are already almost at the water's level.
Alright, that's good at least. Means that the dinghy will go out with the tide. We don't have to worry about it immediately sinking back towards the coast.
As you get to the water, are you putting the dinghy right into the water? Because unless you put him into the boat, I think you guys left the individual back at the camp.
Yes, I believe he's still back with Julius, because somehow I don't think that we'd be able to pull the boat with him in it.
Yeah, he might try to run.
God, I might try to run. He's bound.
Okay.
I mean, like,
I
Ju-
want him to try. I want him to try to run, because if he tries to run, I get to shoot him.
right now it's
Give
just
me
me,
a
and
reason.
him, and the other guy.
So this process is going to take about 15 to 20 minutes to drag the dinghy all the way down. Once you make your way back to the camp, you are able to grab this bound individual who is still napping. And what else would you guys like to do? As Edson kind of, I'm guessing, is sulking throughout this entire ordeal.
No, I'm gonna drag this man to the boat. He's not getting a piggyback ride or anything. He's being dragged along the ground. This man's not getting a peaceful sleep.
Oh, while they were gone, I wanted to just do something while they're dragging a boat.
Okay, so we're going to rewind a little bit and go back to that moment. So you are alone with this individual, and
Yeah.
the individual, Tink Gearspan.
Yeah, just look at him and just out of my eyes, because I've been closed meditating. Open up and just look at him, and it looks weird because I'm not 100% human. I'm currently 80% human. So, can I ask you a question? Not trying to interrogate you or anything. I like getting different opinions on things.
What can I do for you then?
Why are you a pirate?
What type of question is that? Why am I
You
a
see, I've met a
pirate?
lot of people, and I wonder why they do different things. And piracy is an interesting choice of occupation.
Well, give me a persuasion check.
All right. I don't have confidence in myself.
Rolls a natural 20.
Right?
I get a 19 from it. Oh my god!
19
How?
and it shall appear.
Oh God! Great roll.
Somehow this man's being the most persuasive member of the party.
I'm
Without
just being me, guys.
right? It's because you're not asking him about the crew. With his eyes still closed, he will start to respond. I was, once upon a time, considered a good man. I had a wife, a child, and then a corrupt king and celestial dragons came. The money was lost, famine came. Didn't matter how good of a man I was. So, I took to sea, and I never looked back.
Ah, being a good man never got you anywhere good. And being a bad person got them everything.
Indeed. So, if I have to lose everything, why not others?
Spite and hatred. A way to make many monsters in this world.
It's the spit and gristle that keeps the world going.
True. Sad that you lost yourself. Sad that you will most likely die when they throw you in a rat. There's a chance you might live.
Well, that's the thing with this life. There's a chance that you won't ever wake up. You live in fear of it? No.
There's a saying that I like to tell people who know me dearly, and you might not live long. If you do, interesting things might happen. But I always say, if you aren't fighting to live, why are you living? Life needs to be a struggle, because that is how nature is. To struggle is to grow, and to grow is to struggle. Those who don't struggle are truly weak.
You are going to just see a smile cross his face as he stops responding.
Smile on my face and my eyes go back closed.
But with that,
I do hope you live. I do want to see what you become.
you're an interesting person.
I am a monster, my good sir.
Yeah, everybody's a monster. Just different ways.
No. Everyone are beasts. Monsters are man-made.
And now he's going to stop responding. As said, it's going to take you about 20, 25 minutes to drag the ship down, the dinghy down. As you come back, as said, you see him kind of resting peacefully. You see Julius also in a meditative state. You hear the tinkering coming from inside the tent. And I believe, Edson, you said you're going to grab him and drag him, yes?
Yep.
How was your workout? Did that drag give you some more muscle on your bow?
He doesn't respond.
He just laughs. Listen, the captain did most of the work.
So,
I believe his words would be no comment right now, but he doesn't want to say anything because he's too stubborn.
If he wasn't stubborn, then he wouldn't be who he is.
now, Edson, I'm assuming as soon as you get back to camp, as you're kind of brushing off Julius's comments, you're just going to grab the dude and start dragging him, right? Or are you going to
more or
linger in the
less.
camp?
Kind of look over at everybody else. I take it you can grab the food and water.
Very well.
How overt are you being with your distaste for this plan?
Medium.
Okay. So you kind of hear him quipping to you guys, well, somebody grabbed, or I suppose you can grab the food, right? As he starts dragging this individual off, who, with a thud, wakes up. Ah, we're moving already. No more conversations.
Nope.
As his head kind of hits a rock as he's getting dragged along.
No more conversations. Just you and a dinghy.
That's very nice of you. You're giving me a dinghy.
Mm-hmm.
And your friend there said that I was probably going to die.
Well, more like there were several things that could have happened. We
Well-
decided that leaving you adrift on a dinghy would be the safest.
Eh. We're not exactly gonna untie you, so no, I doubt that's really a problem for you.
Who, me? I would never be able to get out of ropes like this. They're so well tied. Did you do the tying?
Mm-hmm. You know, you don't have to be a massive prick. Because all that does is it makes me want to go against what everybody else wants to do and slit your throat right now. So, I would recommend for your own survival, you stop talking and enjoy my mercy for right now.
Okay. As he hits another rock on his head.
Mm.
Because you're just having such a gentle embrace.
Yeah. It's better than people like you deserve.
People like me, you guys were openly discussing ways to kill me. Or torture me. I'm sorry, I particularly liked burying my head up into the sand. I've seen that done to somebody. It is not a pretty picture.
No,
Sun's
it's
rays melting almost the face off it. It's quite an ugly sight.
not.
Not one
Yes,
I'd like
I
to
am
do.
aware.
Again, as he hits another stone in the pathway.
As I said, mercy. You know, personally, I just wanted to kill you, which I can't believe I'm saying this. Sounds like one of the more merciful options.
Yeah, I heard that in the discussion too. Now,
God.
Edson, within your head, during your military career, or even just in general, have you ever met somebody who's basically being threatened and just not cared? Or is this aloofness, in a sense, kind of unnerving to Edson in a way?
To be honest, I'd imagine that while probably not especially common amongst pirates that he's encountered in his career, it's probably not unique. So while maybe it's a novelty, it's not like it's like the first time he's ever seen somebody not be that scared.
Alrighty. Now, as this is happening, as he's being dragged downward, what are the rest of you doing? Captain?
Ollie is just going to. Oh, sorry. You can go first.
No, you're good. I'm gonna be on the lookout because he said that we would be surprised. I want to make sure there's no one coming.
Alrighty, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Perception.
Now, keep in mind, until you get to the beach, though, you wouldn't really have much range of visibility. Particularly over the horizon. As said, it's a fairly large island, and it is thick with trees.
Okay.
Ali, how about you?
Ollie is just going to be kind of solemn and give a menacing aura.
Alrighty.
He's going to give off a menacing aura. Is it alright if I roll an intimidation check?
So
Sure.
nobody's getting the rations and water.
I was
For this
just
guy.
thinking.
Oh, I'm
Like-
I'm
like-
also grabbing the rations and water as I do this.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, you're gonna make the person who's against this plan make a third trip to get the water and the
Yeah,
rations.
I will bring the water and the rations. but I'm maintaining the aura of menacing.
Alrighty. Despite being menacing, it is having an effect, but it's not enough to break the stride between the conversation or the flow of conversation from Edson and this pirate. So, like, there's a slight hesitation initially, but it's almost like he's felt similar before. Now, Julius, would you also be maintaining your meditation here, or what would you be doing?
Well, we're not going back to the ship, and they were setting up for this place to be camped. So I'm just gonna wait, cause we don't know if we're gonna get attacked anytime soon. So don't want to leave the fucking guy who's gonna be modifying our ship alone.
Fair enough.
Unless the day went by, because from what I remember, we just took a short rest.
Yeah. So you would. It's probably closer to about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon at this point, if we had to put a time to it.
Yeah, then I will be with the guy, so he won't be alone, just in case they come by to attack.
Alrighty. You are going to hear a constant flow of, like, a screwdriver, the ratchet type screwdriver. You're going to be hearing some banging, just general tinkering.
Yeah, I'm keeping my passive perception up just in case, and just waiting.
Alrighty. So as that's happening, you guys are almost towards the beach. And again, this guy almost seems completely unfazed, though there is a constant source of oofs, oufs, and my back, as, you know, his clothes begin to tear and the branches and stones beneath begin to dig into the skin of the back, but also starts cutting into the rope as well. Once at the beach, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna shore up his rope as little as that realistically does. And then toss him in the boat.
Alright. Give me an athletics check. It will not be contested, so it's a straight roll.
Yes. My +1 to athletics. Yes, a 3.
As you attempt to throw him into the boat, you kind of miss, and his center, like his stomach, hits into the side of the dinghy with a as he kind of flips in afterward.
Despite not quite making it into the boat, Edson gives a satisfied nod.
Well, despite the aura of intimidation, Ollie's just going to be like, good luck on your travels, and I hope you have a long and healthy life. I say this as nice as I possibly can. There's nothing wrong with being polite to your enemies.
I'm assuming you put the rations in the water in the dinghy, right?
Yeah.
As he begins to sail off, or kind of drift off, you notice that he is able to finagle his arms enough to be able to lower the sail. Just as the wind begins to pick up, he kind of calls out, "I'll see you soon, eh?"
And Edson just begins to slow clap. And here we are, sans one boat, as he begins to inevitably sail around to the other side of the island where his friends are, to join them in trying to kill us again. I hope you're all satisfied. As Edson starts walking back to the camp.
My plan would have worked just fine too. It would have only been temporary, but it would have worked.
Out of curiosity, he is sailing around to the other side of the island, right?
You'll have to find out.
I mean, we can physically see which direction he's going.
Honestly, no, he's sailing kind of north. So if he's going to be regrouping, it's not in the immediate future.
Well, alrighty then.
Because remember, I don't think they were at... Were they at? They weren't there yet, I don't think. So, seeing him sailing off, you begin to make your way back to the camp. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast. While our players take a brief break, check out playersoftherealms.com, and if you need dice and other things like that, check out dicelegion.com and use product code POTR to get 10% off of your purchase while simultaneously supporting us here at Players of the Realms. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. If you would like to support us, check us out on Patreon as well. All the links are able to be found on playersoftherealms.com. While you're there, check out our wonderful merchandise. We are in the process of adding more, so keep an eye out. Patreon subscribers receive a discount on all purchase, so while on the store it's more incentive to help support our wonderful cast.
And 1. We are back. Now, as we left off, the players were regrouping at the campsite, I believe. If not, would you like to go back to the ship? What are your thoughts, players?
I'm going back to the ship. Well, I'm
gonna
the
say-
camp. I mean,
Yeah.
I do want to talk to the captain.
Alrighty. Do you want to talk to her on the way back, or do you want to get her?
I'm
alone
at the
and,
camp still.
yeah,
Yeah,
he,
so-
he didn't.
yep,
he
yep, yep.
didn't come.
So, with that, after about 10-15 minutes of walking through, you guys are all back at the camp, regrouped. Go ahead and take it away.
When everyone finds their place and sits down, Julius will finally open up his eyes and then gets up slowly, just hearing all the pops in his joints because he's a big dude. And he just walk over to the captain and then sit down by her. So, Captain, how are things going?
A little bit worried about everything going on, but
What are you worried about?
I mean, it seems like you guys got beat up pretty bad. And I want to make sure we're ready for anything that comes to us. That guy said that they're probably going to ambush us again, so.
They probably won't. From what I saw, they use as much as we did. So, if they haven't came back yet, then we should be fine. And if they do come back, we should have somebody on watch. We can't always be on high strung. We do have to relax. If we don't, we will never be ready for anything that comes at us.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Had an interesting talk with the pirate. Learned about why he is a pirate. Interesting things to know.
Why was he a
Can I ask you? Oh, celestial dragons destroyed his home, basically. He lost his wife, his daughter, and he realized that being a good man got him nowhere, and being a bad man, bad people got them everywhere.
Sometimes it's the easier route.
Very
just see
much
Ollie.
so.
You should see.
Well,
Hello?
we'll see what Alice.
Yeah, you see Ollie just kind of look almost upset about hearing the Celestial Dragons like destroyed his home.
Yes.
Not a pleasant thing for me to hear, but I understand it happens and is not something I have any control over. Probably best
No,
you didn't know the truth of me.
that is fine. This is how the world works. There are cause and effects to everything. Someone destroys something you love will cause you to, well, become a different person. That's why I wanted to talk to you, Captain. How are you dealing with being the captain?
I'd say it's tough. Everyone has such distinct personalities. It's hard to balance sometimes.
True, but your job as a captain is not to balance, but to guide. We, none of us, could be a captain. We are all two extremes. But when you get to the point where you enjoy being a captain, is when things will become easier for you. Because right now, I can tell it's more of an obligation, a duty, something you think you should do and not want to do.
Yeah, I can see why you'd say that. I didn't want to be captain at first.
None of us wanted to be captain. You were just the only morally good person. And we need you to stay that morally good person because we all, as you saw today, are not really morally good. We have different definitions of morals. You have to be that center. And when it comes to it, no matter how stubborn or loud some of the crew is, your voice is the one we follow. No one should tell you what we should do. That is the job of a captain.
I agree. But also, I like to hear from you guys too. Because you guys have different perspectives. We're all from different parts of the world. So we all have different life experiences. My life experience might not meet up with your guys's, and you might have better perspectives than I do on certain things. So I like hearing from you all as well. And then I can make a decision. We can make a decision a little bit easier as well.
In my opinion, that's what makes a good captain. Now, all that you need to do is find out what do you want to do as a captain. Because right now we're just floating on the sea, going from place to place. Most of us have independent goals that keeps us going. We don't have anything to unify us, Captain. I hope you figure something out.
I hope so too.
Well, until you get to that point, if you ever need to talk, I have always said I am here to listen and give my thoughts. I've seen some of how people act. As a doctor, I get to see both the good and the bad of people when they're at their worst.
I appreciate that, Doc.
No problem. I always do come when I think I need to say something.
I'll
I
always
don't.
listen.
Good. I don't talk often, but when I do talk, I mean every word. There's no point to be roundabout. People like that always have a motive and don't want anything for free. So do listen, do think of what I said.
I will.
Because I also had a conversation with a good cook. And hopefully you should probably talk to her one day to see what she desires. What does she have as a goal? Because she needs one if she wants to truly be free from her past.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. I'll have a conversation with her when we're back on the ship.
Good, good. Well, I don't want to sit around all night just being on edge, so I'm going to go to sleep.
Yeah,
Need to
you
find a
should-
good
you should rest.
tree.
I'll stay up and take first watch, so you all can rest.
Is there anything else
Alright.
you guys would like to do?
Ollie is
Also-
still oh, sorry, go ahead.
I just want to say that conversation wasn't meant to be private.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was
Wonder
gonna
what I
say, overhearing
Ollie-
that conversation, Edson's just kind of listlessly staring at the fire.
Yeah. Ollie is kind of upset that he had to hear about more evil that his people had committed. But it is something he has grown to accept.
There's a reason to have these conversations, guys. I don't talk often. I just talk when I think, oh, this would be an interesting scene.
Right? This took a very heavy turn.
Yeah, Ollie will kind of look to everyone in the crew and go, perhaps I should tell you why I'm on this journey. I've already said the basics. I want to visit a few certain places, both because it'll lead me to some treasure that I've been seeking, and that it will bring me closer to someone who is an important mentor to me. That, and it just so happens to align with other goals that certain other people have for me. As for personal matters, I've said before that I want to be a free man, but that was a bit callous. The truth of the matter is, I want a world where everyone can be free. And I doubt I'll ever achieve that in my lifetime. So I thought I should go out and see the world, see other definitions of freedom. Perhaps meet very different people. And then come to a conclusion. There is one place I considered visiting, but I doubt I'd ever be let on. But that's a different story for another time. Regardless, I do have a dream. And it may seem listless, but it is a very simple dream. I dream of a world where, regardless of origins, all can hear a song and be, how you say, and be at peace and harmony rather than fighting due to their origins getting in the way. But I doubt that would ever come to place, or such a place would ever be built. So it is an empty dream. But I do have a few hope for the future. Maybe one day we'll see the sun rise. Maybe the dawn will come long after my death. Regardless, it's a simple but subtle dream.
As this is happening, you all hear the snapping of a twig coming from the path in which you traveled from your ship to the camp. As moments pass, you see that Hina joins you at the campsite.
I gotta say, those are far from simple ambitions.
That's why I doubt I'll ever achieve them in my lifetime. But if I can pave the way for others to walk it, then it was a worthy lifetime spent. I'm still quite young, mind you. I might have who knows how long in me. Ollie, by the way, you can tell is barely 20.
If we're all gushing about stuff, I don't really have a fancy goal or particularly good reason why I'm still traveling the seas. All accounts, I should be dead. Probably be better off if I was. But I'm still going. I'm still doing what I was. For the most part. It's a noble belief that something good can really come of anything. Especially in this world the way it is. I've seen men turn into monsters. Probably even worse than our friend over there.
I told the pirate that people are beasts. So I would tell you this as well. People are beasts. Monsters are made by people to be worse. If you see a monster, then they lost most of their humanity.
Well, I'm afraid I can say that I've seen a monster. Perhaps a bit of a while ago. And I've definitely seen people on the road towards getting there. Ambition kills a man. Power kills a man. Morality can so easily slip away whenever you gain something new that you shouldn't have. Or lose sight of something that you once had. I still say we shouldn't have let him go.
Let who go?
It's not important. Just because I know what's gonna happen. I know what he'd do. Because it's exactly what I'd do. What I would have done. The main barrier towards your great dream, Ollie, is that people don't change. Not unless you make them, or unless they really, really try hard. And I can tell you right now, the only change I've ever seen out of a man is towards the worst. Maybe that's pessimistic. Maybe that's narrow-minded. But that's my life.
I would have to disagree. A man can change. However,
Cliffhanger. I think you went back on mute.
Yeah.
Ollie.
despite it all, I do believe a man can change. The path I walk is a treacherous one. Let's just say that for a while I was dancing to the tune of those above me.
We all follow somebody's orders at some point, whether we know it or not, whether we want to or not.
Yeah, but you have a choice in who you decide to follow.
You do.
You're going to see Hina's face darken at the comment of having a choice.
You always have a choice. In the same way that you always have a choice whenever you're picking a card. That doesn't mean it's going to be a good one. And like so many cards that are face down, you can't really see their value until you pick it up. But you're not wrong. There are some people who aren't terrible to follow.
It's going to be about
Choices
here.
are.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to say, choices are hard to make when you have the ability to make them. Especially when they make it so hard to choose in some regards. You see Ollie kind of looking at his pistol. You've rarely ever seen Ollie take his pistol out, and you knew he had one, but you've never seen him use it. Choices are often hard meant to make. That's how you know they're a choice. And Ollie will leave his pistol there. And begin
that-
playing some.
Yep, go ahead. Sorry.
I think he's just playing a song.
Yep. We're going to call it here for the evening. And we will see you next week. Till then, like, subscribe, check out our previous videos, and, tune in also tomorrow for the Dapper Dans and the journey through Eberron. Till then, good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.